Good morning, Patriots. I've been asked to make a video, and I'll just read the message. He said it was okay. Anyway, this is sent from my brother who has a master's degree in economics, for whatever that's worth, But anyhow, I'm going to read his message to me. Bucky, he's referring to me. My recent findings in life are such. Please make a video covering this topic or read it verbatim, I care not which. But please share this on your YouTube page. Bullshit to all claims of the news media. Under rule of Obama, there were no fucking jobs. I'm sorry, I'm not going to edit it out. This is his message. Under Trump, and with his policies to invest in our infrastructure, our national parks, and everyday lifestyle, rather than welfare, we had millions of jobs. Unfortunately, people don't understand the laws of economics well enough to understand the Trump recovery and how it happened so damn fast. Except Trump supporters, the brightest young men and women this nation has ever seen, that went to the Capitol that day completely unarmed. End of message. Okay, so there's a lot. That's a mouthful in just a little bit there. Excuse my studio and the way I had to read that, but anyhow, basically what he says pretty much lines up. I know the last year dealing with the corona and everything kind of was out of his control. The states kind of got, I don't know how to say it, tyrannical, whatever you want to call it. But we're dealing with a narrative, people. We're dealing with a censorship and pushed narrative by the media that is being paid for. I don't know how many of you are going to get to see, this video. I don't know how many of you see my previous videos. But what little following I do have, he wanted me to make this vocal. BLM was hijacked. Black lives do matter. All lives matter. But instead of it being a narrative about police brutality, it was turned into a narrative about how black people are being unfairly targeted by our government. Maybe so. Maybe it's something that needs put out. But I've been the target of police brutality. My brother at DC was a target of police brutality and that same narrative. The Tea Party, it was hijacked. Now, the Tea Party's still a good thing, although it was pretty much absorbed by our standard Republican Party. I don't know how to emphasize that the narrative that's being pushed, we have to push back, and the only way we can do that is to leave platforms like Facebook and Twitter. And I know there's not a lot of alternatives out there. They took Parler down, but you cannot continue to be manipulated. See, they have taken the MAGA Patriot protest and the MAGA Patriot movement, and they're doing exactly the same thing that they did with the Tea Party and BLM. They're twisting the narrative to suit their needs. This here is because of our susceptibility to propaganda in the media. We should be united against what's going on in our government. How much more obvious today is it that our vote has been manipulated and stolen? I don't care if you're left or right. That should be a concern to anyone. And to go back to his message, the reason why that Trump's economy versus Obama's economy ballooned so fast, grew so fast, did such great things, was because of freedom. Whenever you lose freedom in a platform or a market, it will self-destruct eventually. This is what socialism is the lack of freedom in a market or whatever capacity or platform you put it in. Without that, it will eventually die. Look at California. Look at the companies fleeing and the families and the people fleeing California because of their more socialist aspect. It will not survive. It cannot survive. Do you want to have to go through that? I don't know what the solution is, but I would say that the Tea Party and the MAGA Patriot Party are pretty close to the same. Now, it's different. I get it. It's not exactly what it was. It's never going to be. We're going to always have minds that are susceptible to a propaganda machine. But if you want more representation like Gavin Newsom, more representation like Nancy Pelosi, more representation like my own Roy Blunt here in Missouri, if that's what you like, go vote the party line. Go vote Republican or Democrat, and just continue to watch things unravel. I know a lot of you don't feel like we have a voice anymore, and to a certain extent, you don't. But if we can take back our local governments, and then from there take back our state governments, then they can manipulate all they want, because it's from the ground up. It really is. Vote for a third party. I don't care if it's libertarian. I really like a lot of the libertarian views. I don't care if it's MAGA Patriot. I would support MAGA Patriot personally if they get going. There's a team together right now on MeWe trying to make a nonprofit to where we can start supporting it. But if you look at Antifa BLM and how the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, hijacked that narrative and hijacked what them people were trying to accomplish. And if you look at the Tea Party and how the RNC hijacked that narrative and what they're trying to do, then you can pretty much see what they're trying to do to the MAGA Patriot Party as we speak. Those people were unarmed. The violence was incited by police. I'm sorry if you think that might have been different, but I was there. I got to see it. I don't know how to offer any more evidence, but this is the case. This is what's going on in America right now. Please, if you get the chance to vote for a third party, don't put more of the same slime back into office. I know you might feel like your vote don't count, but it is the only avenue for us to make our voice heard. We got to start local. We got to push it over the brink. If it hadn't been so close because of a hijacked narrative, Donald Trump would probably be going to the Oval Office right now. But there's a lot of people who are like, well, you know, he didn't support my 2A, so I'm not going to vote for him. There were a lot of people who were like, well, he's racist, or he's this, or he's that. The truth is, people, he was more free market than the rest of them. And if you can't vote for freedom, that's very sad. Just my 2 cents, and I know it's kind of a long video, but this was a requested video, and so I'm putting it out there. Thank you very much. My name is Brendan Copeland.